got back at 2:35.
2:35.
So 35 minutes, not
35. The excursion was at 2:30. No, actually, that's when we got back. We got back 2:35.
Right, what time did you go? No, seriously. What time was it?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Time Matters podcast, brought to you by Unsolicited Role Models, the role models you might not want, but you may just need, and Saravo Broadcasting. You got your man Ray hosted in the studio today, and we got my man Shane, and of course, behind the scenes, we have my man Dougie and Big Dave. So today's episode of Time Matters is going to be Remember the Time. So, you know, throughout history, everything that we have learned is passed down through stories, right? My issue is I don't have that good of a memory. So my brother often sits back and tells me stories. That's why you always need older people around you to tell you the stories so that you can remember. But my brother can recount things, and you know it'll be a picture or a video, and I'll be there, but in my brain I can't remember. I'm like, nah, I don't remember that. And my brother is very detailed, so he can tell you what you was wearing, what time you got up, who else was there, where we were going, and I'll be like, man, I can't remember that. But then when it comes to like short term, you'll be like, hey man, what did you do last week? My brother be like, I don't remember. But me, I'll be the one to be able to tell you the details and all that other stuff. So we got Shane here, and Shane came to visit us from a long way away.
Yeah, I came from Colorado, man. I've been out there for 8 months.
So what has it been like traveling down the highway? What things have you done to help you remember the times of traveling?
So I mean, it took me 2 days to get out there. Initially to get the job, you know, and everything, it all set up. And then once I got out there, I started working, got myself settled into my new place. And then I went to my first trip. I went to Aspen, Colorado.
Okay.
So Aspen, Colorado is where the ski resorts are, with ritzy, fancy people, bro. Go, you know what I'm saying? So they have a couple mountains out there called the Maroon Bells that I wanted to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ray up. You should have seen it yesterday. He went to work. He showed everyone his magnets of all the places he's been to.
Yeah.
He's got the he went to what was that one spot you went to? Bucky's he went to.
Yeah, the Bucky.
Oh, Bucky.
Yeah, nice Vegas magnet he went to.
Yeah, I went to Vegas.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
So Shane, tell us more about all these places you went to.
Exactly.
The initial drive. So the first thing I did was I went to Garden of the Gods. I saw Rocky Mountain National Park.
Nice.
Saw Pikes Peak. What else? Pikes Peak is known as America's Mountain. They call it America's Mountain. Man.
Okay.
So that's the nickname of it. So
Yeah.
I got to do that.
That's what's up.
Hoover Dam. You went to Hoover Dam.
Oh yeah, I went to Hoover Dam. I went to Arches National Park. I went to Grand Teton, Yellowstone, Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Yeah, I saw a lot of stuff, man.
Exactly.
I saw a lot of cool mountain towns, bro. That with the different way of life they live out there, you know.
How long was the drive, like from like Colorado to Vegas or Colorado? It's technically Aurora, Colorado to like what's that spot?
10 hours.
It is 10 hours.
It's like 10 hours to get to Vegas, but
what about Mount Rushmore?
It took me 5 hours from where I'm at.
That's not bad, and he sleeps in the truck.
Yeah.
Which honestly, man,
he sleeps in his truck.
It's pretty good, bro. Honestly, I found a way to do it, and it's pretty comfortable too.
Yeah.
I found like a cot system that I pull a sleeping bag up, and it's like camping, bro. It's like instead of just putting the tent up, you know, put the cot in the bed and then throw some top over it, and you should be good.
And the thing with Shane and like the things he's doing, I think that could go back to your point, Ray, with the what's that called? Photogenic memory.
Yes.
So Shane is seeing like all the sceneries.
Exactly.
So like I think photogenic memory is like it's like I would just say it's important to you. So you're going to remember
like this is a journey I want.
You're going to remember every single detail.
Exactly.
From my life, you know, to change me a little bit, to change my perspective on stuff, you know.
Yeah. And that, you know, that's why it's important what he's doing, because he might be able to tell somebody like me or you who haven't been over there how beautiful it is, and that might encourage us to be like, man, we're gonna go take a trip down there.
Yeah,
You
so
know what I
that's
mean?
why I'm like, I bring back bro stories of like,
Yeah,
my
and
time.
I wanna get out there for the Devils hockey.
Devils
game.
hockey game. Yeah, hell yeah. Denver's a cool city. I like Denver. It sits on the base of the Rocky Mountains. So they
Mhm.
got Denver and then Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Salt Lake City's on the other side of the Rockies. And so they're like it's a sister city.
Yeah.
So Denver, you get like a nice view of the entire front range of the Rockies. And now it's not like the Appalachian Mountains, man. They're a little like in the hills and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty cool experience, bro, to see at least once, see the landscape of the US, man. This is our country, man. It's a beautiful country we live in.
Yeah.
As well.
And that's what I tell people all the time too, because people always want to try and travel international and talk about how international spots are beautiful, but you have so much here that all you got to do is, if you're willing to, just take a drive.
One of the 7 wonders of the world is in Arizona, and that's the Grand Canyon.
Yes, sir. And I've been to the Grand Canyon.
I seen you go to the ledge, you take a picture, and you're like, wow, and then get out of there.
Exactly. And trust me, the pictures don't do it any justice.
Yeah, they don't do it. You have to actually be there.
Yeah, you have to be there. That's why I tell people you got to go on a cruise to see the water and how nice and clear
exactly.
it is.
Like Doug got me on the cruise.
I took Shane on his first cruise. I'm going to take you on a cruise too.
Yes, sir.
So the one thing I want to bring up in regards to that is you said Texas for a casino and you drove there?
I went to Oklahoma.
But didn't you go to Dallas?
No. I went to Oklahoma. I went to Sugarland.
You went somewhere though for a casino.
That was Oklahoma.
Ain't no love in Oklahoma.
But you drove. I remember you drove somewhere there and everyone was like sleeping or something.
Yeah.
That was Oklahoma?
Yeah.
I thought it was Texas.
No, I stayed with my family in Texas, and then from Texas we drove to Oklahoma.
That's right. That was right. Okay. Yeah. Now I got the details of it.
Yes, sir. And it was beautiful to see. And then everybody kept saying, "Oh, this is Tornado Valley. And I'm like, well, I think we need to get up out of here before the tornado.
Yeah, there was the weather out in Colorado is a little it's vastly different.
Yeah.
Because you know why they get tornadoes in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
So the Gulf of America air. The Gulf of America air.
Yeah, it's Gulf of America now.
Yeah, it's the Gulf of America air. Okay.
Same thing with the mountain chains, Denali.
Denali.
It's
Mount
now
McKinley.
Mount McKinley.
So the Gulf of America air comes up and then it meets the cold Rocky Mountain air.
Yep.
And that's why it creates these tornadoes and stuff. Because they give hailstorms in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
So the Rocky Mountain, the snow melt from the Rockies, it goes up into the upper atmosphere and it rains down on Denver and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People's cars be pelted with hail.
Oh yeah.
It's unreal, man. It's like that's why it's a cool city,
Mm-hmm.
But back in 2020 when people were moving into that place because there was like the COVID and stuff, people had nothing to do and like, oh man, we can go hiking, man, and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I liked about it.
Yeah. And I'd probably do it like Shane, just because
so the Rocky Mountains is like, everyone had in New Jersey got the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
This is their version of the beach.
Okay. Let's go hit the mountains.
Yeah, let's go hit the mountains, man. That's what they do out there.
Yeah, and I probably do it like Shane because I like to drive, so I'd rather be like in a vehicle and just drive and just stop somewhere and set up camp because I like camping too. So, doing that would be more beneficial for me than let's go get a hotel, let's go do this, let's go do that. So, how are the people out there? Because we in the tri-state area, and I'm sorry to put y'all on blast, tri-state area, but y'all are not the nicest people in the world. Y'all got nasty attitudes for no reason. You cut people off and blowing the horn and just all sorts of stuff that might trigger somebody to want to do you some harm. You know what I mean? So how are the people out in Colorado?
Hold on, before
the people out in Colorado.
Wait, hold on. Before I get to that, I just want to make a point on that. You don't gotta apologize for nothing.
This is also true.
I was watching a New Heights with Travis and Jason Kelsey.
And
Jason was apologizing because fans were going at him for, supporting supporting his brother on the Chiefs and supporting the Eagles because he's an alumni.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got so much backlash for that. And Travis Kelsey, who I dislike,
Yeah.
But I also gained respect for him. And he's like, you don't got to apologize to anyone. My wife or my girlfriend, your wife, our family, our parents, they know what your intentions are. The outside world, they don't care. And that's just the reality of it. The tri-state area, a lot of people are for themselves. They're selfish. Like when I went down to Charleston, there was a scenario where this girl was coming out of the club and she was crying. And I guess she saw me. She's like, hey, can I borrow your phone?
Yeah.
And from New York, I ain't giving my phone to nobody. So I guess down there they have that camaraderie and that trust that, that we don't have up here. So I think no need to apologize.
There's so many people that live on the East Coast too, as well. So it's very hard. Now out there in the West, there's only like 30 million people that live in between from that Kansas line all the way to like California, man. So it's basically the population of New York City all live in the West.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's 30 million people that live in New York City alone. And all crammed to that little island and and stuff. Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, one time I went over to Connecticut. Right? I'm in Connecticut and I'm shopping in the store. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat for the night. And I literally thought I was on some sort of recorded show because the lady just came out of nowhere and she started talking to me about recipes for and I'm looking like, who, again, having that New Jersey mentality. I'm like, who is she talking to? She ain't talking to me. She trying to tell me about how to cook my food, but she was just genuinely trying to be nice. But because
we're not used to that over here.
We're not.
Yeah, like I might have said something out there that they might have probably taken the wrong way because I'm from the East Coast.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of people from California who they're like laid back out there a little bit, but it's still a heavy industrial zone. And plus we got people from Texas too.
Yeah.
So Texas is a powerhouse where they're used to a little bit of rushiness, and stuff too.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's definitely a different mentality how they do it out west.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I don't know what is going on because again, we're so used to and always rushing.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I even just went recently to Maryland. So I'm in Maryland, and where I currently work, we're so used to management and stuff and supervisors not speaking to you, and when they do speak to you, it's making demands like, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. There's no politeness. So I'm in Maryland. And everybody's coming up and introducing themselves to me and saying, hey, thank you for coming.
Yeah, that's what they did with me. I got in Colorado. They were shaking my hand. Too. Yeah. They were like, thanks for having you. Yeah. We're happy to have you.
My man, to me, again, it felt weird because where I came from, don't nobody talk to you.
Oh, no.
like it's that whole different mindset.
It's a whole different mindset.
We live in a whole different society.
So when I applied for my job I applied my job through the job bank. And then I made the initial trip out there, did the room, rented the room, because I had the skills, what they needed,
Yeah.
And I'm trained in multiple departments too, as well. So I can do stuff. And I asked them, hey, can you train me in more stuff too, as well?
Yeah.
Because your building has everything. So that's what's pretty cool about doing this, just taking this job out here.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap that up there. We just want to end on a positive note. Like, just, make sure that you're trying to be kind. Blockbuster used to have a slogan. They said, be kind, rewind. So if you're having an attitude or something's wrong with you, and I'm speaking to the people in the tri-state, if you're having a bad day, take some time to pause, be kind, rewind, think about why it is you're upset, and then change the way that you approach any situation. Again, this is Ray, being the show being brought to you by
I'll say it, unsolicited role models, the role models you may not want, but you may just need. We got Dougie, we got Ray, we got Shane, special guest, and we got Dave in the back. We'll see everybody next time. You're great, Ray. He got back at 2:35. So 35 minutes, not 35.
The excursion was at 2:30. No, actually, that's when we got back. We got back 2:35.
Right, what time did you go? No, seriously. What time was this?